Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for joining in. People know we're live. Yeah, hi, Ross. Thank you for joining. Whoa, I'm red hot as well, yeah. Nice to see you all in here. And we have made things a little bit nicer for ourselves after the disaster that was a couple of weeks ago. So I've done some leveling of our team. And then branch out Pokedex and Indigo Disc. Nice. Yeah, basically the only ones I've got to get are the ones where it's like don't adaptive charge, I think. No. Yeah, it's basically just I transferred all my Pokemon over from Pokemon Home, and the only ones left to kind of get are the ones that are exclusive to the Indigo Disc and Heal Mask and all that. Controller. There we go. I was like, it was working a minute ago, what happened? But yeah, so basically all of the Pokemon that I think that we may use, I just got up to level 48. So there's like the Graveyard, which is starting to pick up a little bit. With that, goddamn, with the World and Gusset both going in last time. Which would have been really handy for a Psychic Gym coming up. We lost 2 Dark Pokemon. But we have Aerodactyl at level 46, Goose, the Among Us, at 47, Fly, the Omega at 48, and Bunstable at level 46. So we didn't quite get those all up to 48, but these ones are in the box. I think Carl's Legacy, the Graveyard. It is indeed. And then all of these at level 48 as well, I believe. So we've got Chatot, the Lapras, Not Rotom, the Magnezone, Thumper, the Steelix, Bay, the Florges, Darth Inky, the Malamar, Turnip, the Flygon, Ace, the Pidgeot, and then Padme, the Crocodile. So I think immediately it makes sense to put both Malamar and Darth Inky and Padme. This is the Nuzlocke, yes. It is, yeah, so... yeah, our graveyard so far is like Riolu, Venusaur, Sork, Tyrant, Weeping Bell, Greninja, and Pangoro. And some of those hit pretty hard of like not having Pangoro, Greninja, or Tyrantrum, or, you know, obviously eventually the Tyrantrum anyway. They hit pretty hard of going into the graveyard. Like, also a lot of people obviously like Venusaur as well. So some pretty just crushing blows that we've had lately. But yes, we shall take the lucky egg away. And then any of the others have items. I like the classic of just Thumper with the Rocky helmet. Just, it never leaves. So, like, Bunstable, I'd imagine we're not going to use. Psychic, we probably don't want to bring Goose in either. But, like, Bunstable, for example, is just like... Well, that's a Pokemon that can be okay if we really need it. It's like our selection of Pokemon was dwindling, and, did we lose Anakin? Which one was the Anakin? We never were able to nickname the Aerodactyl. Maybe we'll go find the name rater. Anakin Skywalker die? Oh no, Anakin was the Pumpkaboo, which we found out we can only evolve via trading. Yeah, I'll drop you a call on Discord, Carl. But just let me know in chat when you're ready and I'll call. So yeah, Anakin is alive, but not well, because we can't evolve Anakin into anything past a Pumpkaboo. Same with why we've got Haunter in this box and Onyx in this box. It's just, they're not very useful because we can't evolve them at any point. Whenever Trevor. Yeah, like Anakin can't evolve because like the evolution would be to murder Anakin. Anakin doesn't exist past just Anakin Skywalker phase. The Eviolite would be useful on certain Pokemon, but Pumpkaboo's stats are just so poor that like even an Eviolite Pumpkaboo just like is not going to do anything for itself.
So I just tune in and all I hear you is like theory crafting the world's most buff pumpkin.
And that's the thing is like, say for example Pebbles, the Onyx. Is like an Onyx could be an alright Eviolite pick, whereas Pumpkaboo's just so small.
Well, Onyx is like it's Gen 1 privilege, isn't it? It's the Pokemon that were never intended to have a evolution, so had at least one good stat. That's why Onyx with Eviolite is ridiculous. It's what defense is like 200.
It already had a ridiculous defense of like high 100s or like 200 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shame they never gave Onyx like body press because that would have been kind of insane, wouldn't it? Eviolite body press.
We can't do a trade because we're emulating, so we can't arrange trades with anyone or anything. So it's like, unfortunately, that can't be a thing to do. But it's like it's so weird when that like you see how broken some of the design in Pokemon is the moment you're like emulating and you've not got the ability to trade with people. Maybe we'll just throw the floor just for like the fact that we could do like the grassy terrain and the lucky chant and stuff. Just a pretty good support option. Yeah.
Well, here's hoping not a bad influence this time.
Yeah, hopefully not, right? Yeah, I hope everyone is doing well, and thank you for joining the Shadow. I feel you on the tiredness, but I'm just like, I'm tired, but I've still got to do some work and get, like, you know, prep for tomorrow and then leave at ridiculous o'clock in the morning.
Well, actually, you don't have to leave too early.
No, I don't actually. I'm leaving at, like, I've got to leave, like, 9:30-ish, but leaving at, like, 9:30 in the morning to get to Sheffield for 2 o'clock is just like, ugh.
Well, that's the thing, you don't necessarily have to turn up that early.
Well, I do now because I've bought the train.
Oh, okay, you bought the train. Fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, every train past that until, like, the one that got me in at, like, 6 o'clock was all rail replacement buses, and I'm like...
You like, fuck that.
Nah, I'm alright.
That's fair enough. Well, hopefully you get through.
It should all be okay. But yeah, you know, one of those of, like, the classic, the moment I'm like, let's try and go visit Carl and get on a train, it's all fucked. Why'd you even try?
It's alright though, because remember that the Tories all voted to give themselves a pay rise while denying the people who literally keep the country running from having one that is in line with inflation.
I mean, wouldn't that be an awful idea, Carl?
No. So that's the thing. So if anyone
people a pay rise, like, no, we'll give ourselves pay rises because we've earned it.
So, continuing on the trend of us weirdly having just a connection to something, we know someone who literally drives trains for a living, and every time there's a rail strike, we get told ahead of time, but then also it's just, you're a union, all we want is a raise in line with inflation.
Yeah.
And the government just refuse to meet us for it, then give themselves a pay rise.
And at this point, they're probably just trying to back off until they have to, like, you know, I think it's one of those of, like, in case the re-election doesn't go their way, then they can just palm it off and be like, well, it's Labour's problem now.
Well, that's the thing, it's the Tory playbook, isn't it? It's like, what you do is you cut every, like, service to save money for all your rich friends. Labour gets in, puts a bunch of money into services, because, yeah, every single study ever conducted says that investment in social services pays dividends in the long run. Wait 5 years, the Tories come in and promise to slash costs. They lower taxes, and no one realises that, hey, those taxes pay for shit like hospitals and roads.
Yeah.
Every time, without fail.
Great. What country, eh?
Great. No, look, can't chat shit about a country, stop it. Man, I'm like, I'm hoping that I'm not a bad influence. If you do lose another Pokemon, I might just stop watching you play. It's not that I don't believe in curses, but I do believe in getting into your own head.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing. If I'm here and that becomes just a mental thing in your head, well, look, Carl's here, I'll probably lose.
No, it's not, but it is funny. It is a funny coincidence.
So you lost Zaid, you lost Zawildo.
I just like the fact that just every Pokemon that I've given a shit about that we've lost has been when you've been on.
It's always a Pokemon that I like as well, which makes it even worse.
Oh god. Also, yeah, that's one thing I've seen. Some people be really excited for this new Ghostbusters, and other people being like, "Oh, Ghostbusters," and I'm just like, just let Ghostbusters fans enjoy what they're enjoying at that point. Then, no one's forcing you to go watch it. Just let the Ghostbusters fans go and enjoy it.
It's that thing about I just can't believe it's become a franchise. It was the whole point was it was a joke. Ghostbusters started life as an SNL skit.
Did it?
I think it was I think it was there's loads of rumours Dan Aykroyd used to work for SNL.
Yeah.
But the idea was imagine if there was an exterminator for ghosts, and he's like, what do you think of an exterminator? Think some schlubby guy in an overcoat, or coverall.
Right.
But now imagine that was a ghost. And that was the pitch, and then somehow that's become a media fucking empire.
I mean, obvious, Ghostbusters 1 to this day, I think, is a funny film, a good film. But it is wild, how much of a proper fucking empire it became.
It's the fact people give such a huge shit about what is started as a literal joke.
I mean, again, I like it and I enjoy it, but yeah, it's one of those of it's had a surprisingly bad run for a movie franchise that continues to get movies, but
yeah, there are more bad movies than good movies.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean is there's one good movie out of 6.
And the real Ghostbusters, as in
the real Ghostbusters was good, yes.
The real Ghostbusters, the animated show, I also have fond memories for, yeah.
Well, that's the one we made a fact theme video about where it was
is that where Winston couldn't get his job back? Is that the one?
Yeah, I forget the name of the actor. That's going to annoy me. Someone in chat will know the name of the black dude who played Winston. Yeah, I'll just double check. I've got a computer in front of me right now.
You do. Ernie Hudson, thank you.
Ernie Hudson, yeah. The story goes that when they were casting for the real Ghostbusters cartoon, they're like, okay, we're not going to get fucking Dan Aykroyd, we're not going to get Bill Murray. But then Ernie Hudson's like, well, I don't do much. I'll come back and voice myself. I went, yeah, but you don't sound enough like Winston. He's like, but
I am that guy. You're not a very good sound-alike for you. It's what?
And it's that thing of they probably explained it poorly, but I get it for animation. Animation requires you to be more animated.
Animated, literally, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a very good actor, but he's more staid than he is anything else. Staid is leading man type stuff. He's really good as a straight man, which is what he plays in the Ghostbusters movie. Where he's I'm just here for a job.
Yes, yeah, because they're all kind of the comedy actors, right? And then he's a bit more of the straight edge, and the guy plays Egon, is it? Is he the other one who's the head scientist guy, right? That's Egon?
Yes.
And he's a little bit more straight and narrow as well, both physically and performance-wise, he's just quite a straight man. Yes,
well, the real Ghostbusters was being an animated show was a bit more silly.
Yeah.
And just performance was good. But the excuse they used was you don't sound enough like Winston. It's why I'm Winston. So you'd be so pissed off, wouldn't you?
You would be very pissed off. Of all the roles you'd think you'd be a sell-in for.
Apparently he was
a
annoyed.
Not a sell-in, a shoe-in, sorry.
Apparently he was annoyed that he had to do the fucking audition in the first place.
I mean, no, I think you should be expected to re-audition for roles, especially if it's in a different format. The fact that it's literally, as you say, it's a voice acting job, not an acting job. I can understand why anyone should be like re-auditioned. It's same for like the idea that for the Last of Us TV show maybe of like, oh, but they didn't get Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker to play their own roles. It's like, okay, but I wouldn't be mad if it turned out they had to like re-audition for those roles.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a different format, isn't it? It's a different medium, but
I can see why you would be pissed off. I was like, okay, so I'm auditioning to play Winston. It's like, okay, so what makes you think you'd be good for this role? It's like, well, look at my previous credit.
It's definitely one of those of, I can understand like both sides of the argument, but it must be frustrating as hell, yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine how annoyed you'd be listening to someone talk to you about, look, here's what I think the character of Winston sounds like. And he goes, well, it sounds like what the fuck I want him to because I play him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If I'm like a second behind, I just saw that Executor annihilate you. Like,
that crit immediately, like one battle in, and we've got hit with like a massive crit that scared me already.
Should I just leave the call now? Would that be for the best?
Oh, hey, we finally got a Mega Pokemon, everyone!
No Mega for you.
Oh, man. That's scary. I was like, oh, it's only going to hit neutral. Like, we shouldn't be getting one-shot by an Executor and then, like...
So I'm not going to be one-shot by an Executor. I think like other times where people have been like not told they could play themselves. Because like a couple of funny stories like that. There's a classic one of just after he'd been cast as Wolverine, but the announcement had not been made. Hugh Jackman wore the costume to Comic-Con.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking, like, at that point, Hugh Jackman was known a little bit. Like, he was known, I think he was on, like, Neighbours or something, but he wasn't too famous.
He wasn't huge before the Wolverine role, yeah.
No, that's, like, the role that defined his career. And he went to Comic-Con dressed, like, in the official Wolverine costume he'd been given. And
holy just, shit.
The only person who saw him looked at him and went, too tall. It's just, like, he was, like, so mad.
He's like, boy, I am fucking Wolverine.
That was another one, I think it was... like the famous one is Dolly Parton lost the Dolly Parton lookalike contest to a man.
Oh right,
that's the famous one. But it was a drag queen dressed like her, and it was a drag competition. So she lost because
she's not a drag queen.
No, and a drag competition is going to be the most exaggerated balls to the wall version of Dolly.
Mm-hmm.
And she just went on as herself, and she admitted that I wasn't wearing makeup. But I figured if anyone's going to win, it's going to be me, right?
A fool's attempt, yeah.
Yeah, and like, she lost to a drag queen.
You went into a drag competition while A, you're not a drag queen, and B, without going all the fuck out.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
She just did it for a joke. No one recognised her, apparently. Like, people were taking pictures with the winner.
Yeah.
Then the more classic example is Charlie Chaplin once lost a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest. And he got told that he didn't do the walk right.
Right.
Do you like the funny Charlie Chaplin walk, like your ankles together?
So Charlie Chaplin can't do a Charlie Chaplin walk well.
And it comes all down to that thing of when he actually did the proper walk, people didn't think it was the proper one because they're used to seeing an exaggerated version.
And they probably it didn't like a lot of his movies get like overcranked and stuff to be a bit faster and things like that.
A little bit, yeah. It was like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't remember if Adele lost the Sound Alike contest. I remember she was in it with like loads of makeup and stuff on.
It often comes down to people having exaggerated versions. Like, think about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Think about how many people can do an impression of him, but how many people can actually get it right. It always sounds just a little bit exaggerated.
Well, that's that video that we did on Fat Fiend about the fried voice actor, right?
Billy West's normal talking voice, yeah. So whenever people try and mimic it, they always just put on slightly too much exaggeration.
Mm-hmm. Of like the way that he oddly kept his role so easily is that he ended up just like basically sounding exactly like himself, which is really hard for other people to manage.
Yeah, like you can't sound like his normal talking voice. And the funny thing is, because his other role that he does is Zach Brannigan, and if you listen, Zach Brannigan is just slightly exaggerated Fry. So people doing Fry impressions always sound like Zach Brannigan. It's one of those things you'll never unhear it when you watch the show, and that's like, fuck yes, that Brannigan is just Fry with slightly more exaggeration.
Like the deeper tone and the exaggerated voice, yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
So what do you think of Floor Jazz then? Like, do you have any strong feelings one way or the other about Floor Jazz?
I just think it's very disappointing when you look at Floette. I think Floette's design is really like strong middle evolution type of Pokemon with great potential, and then Floor was just like, I know that it was. I know what the concept is, but it doesn't. It's just too flowery for me. It doesn't. I don't. Or it's too big. Maybe I'm not sure.
Also, I always got annoyed that they never had like the special version. I think from the end of this game, right?
Yeah, it's AZ's Eternal Floette. And it literally has, it's built in the game, it has its own unique stats, its own unique move, with animations, I believe, and everything, like, as if they could just slot it into the game as, like, a mystery gift. And it just never happened. Yeah.
Yep. I much preferred that design. That design was so much cooler.
Yeah, I really like the Eternal Floette, like the little emo Floette. And everyone was just ready for that to come out as like a mystery gift or something.
It's baffling that it never was.
And it never happened. And everyone was like, wait, but it's in the game. I'd like it if they did something with the AZ Floette in the Legends game, yeah. That would be a really cool way to bring it back. Because they must know that people have been hankering for that version of Floette for literally like 10 years now. They must be aware. Right, okay. So I'm gonna start with Darth Inky. I'm not sure which Pokemon that she has, but I think like don't all of the gym leaders only have like 3 Pokemon or something?
Something like that, yeah.
And then all of the 4 only have 4 each. And I think it's like the champion does have like a full 6 or something, but... Sigalith. Okay. I guess I'll just go for a Night Slash. I don't think in my head Sigalith's not got anything. Okay, yeah, we got a crit anyway. Finally, just a crit going our way. Slowking.
Slowking's awesome.
Slowking is awesome. I'm just trying to figure out, like, in my brain, would Slowking have something up its sleeve that's going to really fuck up a Darth Inky? The Mallow Mar? But I don't think it does.
That's the thing, because it's got such a massive move pool, and again, like Gen 1 privilege. Just how many Gen 1 Pokemon have just like ridiculous move sets?
Obviously, Slowking is specifically Gen 2, but it's from a Gen 1 Pokemon. So it does still got that, but yeah. We'll just go for the Night Slash and then swap out. Oh yeah. There it is. Them using the full restores. Here we sleep. Let's send Padme in. It has Slowking right before the 4th gym in Pokemon White. Like, yeah, fighting like a fully evolved bulky Pokemon like Slowking before like the 4th gym is raw.
Yeah. So I would not want to deal with that.
Oh no, Sigalith. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I missed that comment earlier of like, why buy a Sigalith before? I mean, yeah, like, Sigalith isn't massively powerful, but again, you're still dealing with, like, fully evolved, decent stats Pokemon before, like, the halfway point. It's why, you know, we've mentioned it multiple times, like, why just that Steelix trade is just ridiculous. You get it before Gym 2.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous that you just get that.
It's like, it feels like you're cheating because the game gives you a Steelix within the first 10 hours of the game where everything else is still like first or second stage Pokemon. I'd made tank in that. That Moxie Crunch should get it. There we go. With a crit. So not a very rough gym in terms of the gym leader.
Yeah, that's was surprisingly easy.
Yeah, the Executor and the Medicham gave me a bit more worry there. That's cool,
so weird, I like that.
I like that badge.
Like an earring, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So that's Gym 7 done. Cool. One more gym to go.
I like that. It's like, oh, Gym 7, level 90 Pokemon or below. What level are your Pokemon for?
48 is the max, yeah. Oh, that's quite cool. Just, there's no teleport spot or anything in this gym. It's just the psychic gym leader going, do you want to be teleported back to the front? I'll do it. And she legit just uses her own psychic ability to teleport you back.
Is there ever anything in Pokemon harsher as well, where it's like the fighting gym like tries to fight for the gym leader rights for Saffron City, and it's like the psychic gym moves in. It's like you fucking idiot.
Just the absolute counter, Matt. Honestly, Caleb, I never want to fight you ever again. Please, just let you and your Chestnut leave me alone. I can't cope. I think what happens is that he says, like, do you want to rematch as rivals? And then Pokemon, Team Flare, sorry, all decide to kick shit off, and they're like, right, let's team up to stop Team Flare. At least I really hope that's what's about to happen, because I can't deal with that Chestnut again.
Like, no one wants to fight the Chestnut, like the Chestnut of Destiny.
I'm sorry, those of you who are not members of Team Flare, this is a due to you all. Of him just being like, yeah, I'm about to utilize the ultimate weapon and kill you all. Eliminating everyone but Team Flare in the entire fucking world. Where could Lysander be, though? We met him in the New York City, maybe he's there? Magenta Plaza, it's next to the Pokemon Center by Prism Tower. There's nothing quite like the coffee from the cafe next to Magenta Plaza. I wonder where we have to go. Okay, let's just fly to Lumiose, and then doesn't tell Magenta Square is, but we'll fly to the middle and then go heal up. Before going in, presumably going into like the Team Flare little like secret base in a cafe or something. He's right about using the weapon. I mean, in this world, it might just be better to get rid of humanity. I mean, like in the real world.
No, maybe not in Pokemon World, where like what have they done that's so bad in Pokemon World?
I mean, I guess the humans keep trying to create ultimate weapons to destroy the world.
So just leave us alone.
And they, you know, they do kind of just enslave Pokemon for either, you know, battle usage or just general everyday usage. Like, do you think those Machamps get paid for being in those moving vans, Carl?
They always established that they like it, which is weird.
I think that's just them trying to get, you know, places like PETA off their ass of like, leave us alone, the Pokemon enjoy doing the jobs.
And they've always done that thing of like, no, the Pokemon actually like super secretly like it.
But I mean, to be fair, it depends what it is, right? Because, like, for example, the law isn't necessarily that Pokemon have been bred for their jobs, but think about like sheepdogs. Like, sheepdogs fucking love to be doing the work because they've been bred over years and years to love doing that job. It's like, it's not a lie to say that a sheepdog loves fucking herding sheep, because that's kind of what they've been, like, quote-unquote invented for, like, bred for. Like, that is their natural instincts at this point.
Yeah. It's like Machamps love like lifting heavy objects.
Mm-hmm. How many times do you think when they're moving people and they just like accidentally suplex something because they just get too excited though?
Probably all the time.
Yeah.
They probably have like insurance for it or something.
At this rate, she'll figure out there's a hidden door, Lysander Labs. How do I open it though? Okay, maybe we just have to beat them both. Should be nice and easy then for us.
Oh no, I hate this thing. I always hated Scrafty, it was so stupid.
Scrafty was so much worse back in Gen 5 though. Oh, okay, that defense will be... Because back in Gen 5, when it didn't have the 4 times weakness to Fairy, it's Dark Fighting's a really pretty decent type.
I think that's what annoyed me about it. It's like a really strong Pokemon, it looks so stupid.
It looks so dumb. Well, that's pretty useful. Yeah, let's go to Pursuit and get U-turn instead.
Yeah, that's the thing, like opposing Pokemon never switch out.
No, exactly. Okay, she'll find out the password to the hidden door is open sesame.
I wonder who would figure that out. Like the single most like famous words to open something ever.
It's probably just a safe bet if you've ever got a voice-activated secret door. Just never do open sesame, because that's the one thing everyone's going to probably try. Even
like
if they've got no clue.
It's like setting your password as password, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the first thing everyone's going to check.
It would be a ballsy play, though. Put your password as password, because, well, no one's ever going to be stupid enough to actually put their password as password, right?
But the thing is, it's kind of ballsy as well to do. Got open sesame. Nah.
Oh, no, not... Oh, fuck. At least it's only a Mienfoo, not a Mienshao, but... Oh god, it's just setting the fuck up, Carl. 2 swords dances.
Well, so you gotta kill it. You gotta kill it right now.
There we go. Because that's the... I went to be like... We could set up like grassy terrain or wish or something like that, but I've just got to attack it as quickly as I can. Because the moment you let something like 2 swords dance, even on a Mienfoo, not a Mienshao, like 2 swords dances is just going to mess us up. Oh god, the Gyarados dying head. Oh.
They're all so fucking strong. It's so wild.
God. Right, let's heal up first.
Yeah, you can take it.
And then we can get our reflect set up. Thank you for avoiding the attack there. There we go. Like, reflect set up. Lucky Chant is set up for a couple more turns, so crits can't happen. Hypnosis hit. Okay. Lysander will have a Mega Gyarados? Like,
ooh,
this one? Hang on, what? Because it's already sent out its Gyarados.
You might have 2.
You might, yeah. Might be doing that, like, the Lance tech.
He's the Dragon-type trainer. How many Dragon Pokemon are there? Not enough.
There's one Dragon-type Pokemon.
Like the Ghost-type trainer who has more Poison types than Ghost types. It's like bloody Agatha.
Okay, so... it looks like you fight him 3 times according to this Nuzlocke tracker. This is the first of 3. Like, in this base or story bit. Only the third time... Only the third time when he does, like, the power-up version of himself does he have a Mega Gyarados. But he does have a Mien Shao next time. He does evolve his Mienfoo and his Murkrow between this fight and the next one.
I like Murkrow, because I like the idea of just the boss crow.
Mm-hmm. Well, Honchkrow is the boss one, right?
Yeah, sorry. When it evolves, like, it becomes like, it goes from like level 1 mob, like, mob to level 100 boss.
Yeah, so this one can't be Mega Gyarados, but Lysander further down the line will have a Mega Gyarados. You can keep, take this. Get that nice slash off. Turnip wants to learn Hyper Beam. Ooh. But Turnip has a really just solid moveset right now. It's got Fly, Dragon Tail, Earth Power, and Rock Slide.
I will leave it up to you, man. Like, you know what coverage you need.
I don't really think that get rid of Rock Slide, because like I want to keep his 2 stab moves of Ground and Dragon. And then I can't get rid of Fly. It won't let me because it's a HM. And then I think Rock Slide's probably just overall more useful than having a Hyper Beam.
Yeah, Hyper Beam's good for like, I need to delete this Pokemon, but with Stab and the chance to flinch, Rock Slide's more useful overall.
Well, there's no Stab on the Rock Slide because we're Ground Dragon, but...
Right.
Get that superpower on the Pyroar. Oh, fuck.
Man, Pyroar's such a waste.
Oh my word. Okay, we got very lucky then. I should have healed up first. I was like, well, we were outspeeding the Gyarados. We'll outspeed the Pyroar, right? We did not. And then it hit with a lucky Fire Blast hit. But we'll heal up before killing this Murkrow. That foul play is going to hit hard, though. Come on, superpower. There we go. Take out this little bird. That's the thing. There's no stab, obviously, on the superpower, but the fact that every time you use it, your attack and defense goes up by 1 because of the contrary. Like, it is such an easy thing to put on. Is like, just Malamar, get running. Because like Malamar reverses stat boosts and drops, so that move's meant to lower your attack and defense because it's so powerful. But with Malamar having that ability, it means it boosts both those stats, which just makes it such a good tactic.
Especially as well, like playing like single player, of just your teammate, your opponent will never swap out, so you can just steamroll.
Mm. The world is suffering because of this absurd dream.
Man, this character is so shit.
It's not the best, no.
It's possibly one of the worst designs in Pokemon, and the thing is, the only thing that tops it is that Leon exists. Like, Leon is legitimately one of the ugliest designs in all Pokemon.
You know what, actually, I might just go back and heal, because we don't have any PP left on that. Superpower, it's only got 5. I wonder if we picked up, like, a PP max somewhere, because only having 5 on, like, a longer battle is not great. Yeah, wouldn't it? No. We haven't any PP up or PP maxes or anything, but... There we go.
Yeah.
Go heal up, get you... Rest up that PP.
That sounds so funny. It makes it sound like you're resting your penis. Rest up your little PP.
I know what I said. Rest your PP.
Lucas wants to rest his PP.
and then maybe if we just, for now, just put Aerodactyl at the front.
It's just the boy in it. I love Aerodactyl. It's such a cool.
I just can't go over the fact that like it's just every battle use Mega Evolution.
And there's no like downside.
Even like every wild battle is fuck it. If you've got a Mega Pokemon, just keep Mega Evolving it. This Swallow.
Swallow grew on me.
I definitely like it more than I used to, but I still don't like it particularly.
See, it's not great, but like I say, it grew on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always stockpiling. I like the stupid little mod. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
I definitely still think it's a bit disappointing compared to like what Gulpin is kind of just cute and derpy. And Swallow's pretty ugly. It's like, I don't know what they would replace it with because it would be such a plain design, but the diamonds on there, I'm like, why does it just have the random black diamonds everywhere?
Yeah.
But it would look very plain without.
All I can think is just differentiate it from mob.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like if you're making a Pokemon that looks like another Pokemon, maybe you should just not have that Pokemon look like that. So if you can't think of a way
then you just get situations where it's like Bouffalant and a Alola.
Oh god, yeah.
Where it's like, why aren't these evolutions of the other Pokemon?
Like speaking of like wasted Pokemon, like Bouffalant is like the most wasted.
Mm-hmm.
Now completely useless and serving no purpose. Now that like Tauros has like a alternate regional form,
and it was arguably already pretty useless compared to Tauros.
Yeah,
it didn't really have anything to set itself aside from Tauros.
No, they didn't even give it secondary typing.
No. It's just, man. I guess Tauros would have been too amazing if it just, again, had that potential for like the EVO light and stuff like that, but yeah. Just why? Why did they need Bouffalant to exist? Or why did they have to specifically make it the same colour and typing as Tauros? They could have done a Buffalo that doesn't just look like that.
They could have made it ground normal. That's the type that's not been done yet.
Probably not.
No, because I think normal types usually just on its own. There's very few Pokemon that like flying.
It's like normal and flying or something like that, yeah, but...
So I said earlier, like Pyro is such a wasted Pokemon because normal fire is such an interesting typing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it's a nothing Pokemon stat-wise.
It is, yeah.
Because it could be kind of cool. Normal means it's got access to stuff like Hyper Voice. It's like, oh, a lion, and it roars really loud. Why did they not give it like a sound-based move?
And if I remember, Noble Roar was exclusive to it for a while, right?
For a while, yeah, but that Noble Roar raises your attack and your special attack. It's like that's a completely fucking useless move.
It's very specific, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not the best use case for it.
So if they just gave it an ability that revolves around, like, sound moves. So, like, take advantage, it's a lion and it roars. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because maybe they could have given it, like, Pixelate, but for fire moves.
Maybe, yeah. Like, they could have called it, like, Theory Voice or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Scorch Voice, Sore Throat or something. There'd be some dumb name you could give it that just explain why, normal type moves or sound-based moves become fire moves.
Mm-hmm.
There'd be, like, Noble Roar becomes a fire move.
Yeah, even if it was sound-based moves, but, like... Yeah, I'm wondering, do they have an ability where it's, like, powers up sound-type moves?
Yeah, you have Punk Rock, but that's, like, not gonna get Punk Rock, is it? That's on...
Yeah, but that was only invented for that Pokemon. They could have invented it for Pyro.
Yeah, they could have invented something similar, so there is a move that exists, but its two abilities are Rivalry, which I get, male and female.
That does make sense with the whole, and they gave it unique like the male with the big mane and the female without.
And then they gave it Unnerve, which I guess makes sense. The lion, it's scary. And then Moxie is its hidden ability, which is a great ability, but it raises your attack.
And it's mainly a special attacking Pokemon, right?
Yeah, its attack is 68, its special attack is 109. It's like, why give it Moxie?
Mm-hmm.
Like, give the male version let's do it like its big mane. Give it like fur coat or something, because it's got a big mane. Make it bulky,
if nothing
like
else, just
lion.
give it fucking Intimidate.
Yeah, it's a fucking lion! That's it, it's just a waste of a Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of many Pokemon where you look at it and go, what purpose does this serve?
I wonder what's through this doorway. There's this little rest
Is it
area.
Yeah, we can just heal your Pokemon up. Go on.
Give us Taunt.
Like,
Not particularly a move that I want to be using much in a...
Just think, unironically, one of the best moves in Pokemon, but useless in single player.
Mm-hmm. Like, and a lot of... Obviously, the joke is, like, why would he ever use a move that doesn't do damage in, like, Pokemon story mode? But sometimes it's good to, you know, get yourself set up and be able to do things like the Wish or the Lucky Chant and things like that. But Taunt is just, like, they don't particularly normally have good enough AI to be scared of them doing many things. Like, occasionally, you know, Lysander just immediately double sword stancing. That's pretty scary.
But it happens so rarely, you'll never anticipate them doing it. It's not like online or, like, you know, one-on-one battle. Like, okay, you can pretty much, someone's going to try and... Taunt is good because someone might try and boost or use a status move.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like boosting status moves. They might try and use a Leech Seed or a Ingrain or...
Tailwind or something like that, yeah.
God, like, you know, speaking of wasted Pokemon, hello, Mightyana.
Speaking of Taunt.
There's a Taunt as you, even though you're not going to do nothing but attack.
Like, when it's the last Pokemon left, you've knocked it down to 1 HP, and you see that the last thing it's going to do is just Taunt, yeah.
Do you know what? I think Taunt should have a special thing where if you're the last Pokemon, it should raise your attack.
What, and do Taunt as well?
Yeah, I think if it's the last Pokemon alive, it should do some special effect, because, like, the idea of Taunt...
Or it, like, if you do it when you're the last Pokemon, raise your defenses.
Yeah, raises your defense, you can take the hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's some, like, cool utility to it. It's basically useless after the first turn, isn't it?
Mm.
I think that could be a cool way of, like, balancing it, of, like, make it so when you're the last Pokemon, it raises your defense, so it gives you a reason to want to do it.
Yeah, that would be
probably too powerful, though.
It'd probably be too powerful, but yeah.
To have a move that has, like, that much utility.
Oh, I needed to look up where the name rater was so that it wasn't just called Aerodactyl, but thank you. Like,
I think it's just, like, just spell Aerodactyl. Oh, Houndoom. I fucking love Houndoom.
I really like Houndoom, and I really like Mega Houndoom as well.
Just the Doberman.
Just, I mean, literally just becomes, like, the full demon dog.
Yeah, it's like one of my favourite dogs is Dobermans, because they're so dumb. Everyone always thinks they're scary, it's like, they're not.
There we go. Take that Houndoom.
Give it a little sizzle.
I
think as well, like, do you think a Houndoom would be really warm? Do you think it'd be fun to pet?
Oh, it'd be so good to cuddle, right?
Like, you'd pet it and it'd be really nice and warm. Like, imagine that curled up by your feet on a walk, like,
you just have to avoid the spikes. Just... Right. The fighting type's only going to hit me neutral anyway. If it does a fighting.
Also, your Mega Aerodactyl.
And we've had a boost from Ancient Power with all our stats as well.
Well, Ancient Power's so good.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be more moves like that. I'm so annoyed they got rid of Silverwind.
Oh, did they get rid of Silverwind?
Silverwind no longer exists. Silverwind, for anyone who doesn't know, is the bug equivalent of Ancient Power.
So Ancient Power is like, it's only got 60 damage, but it has a 10% chance to boost, like, all of your stats. So it can give you, as we saw, you know, earlier, it's just, if you get that 10% chance to pop off, it raises speed, attack, special attack, defense, and special defense all at once.
It's got a 1 in 10 chance of being the best move in the entire game.
Mm-hmm. Basically, yeah. You know what? We can use Skydrop to get rid of Facade for Skydrop. Why not?
Skydrop's another really cool. That's one where you like drag them into the air, right, and they can't move for a turn.
Mm-hmm. It's like Fly, but you take the Pokemon up with you.
See, Joe, I always thought as well about Skydrop. I thought in doubles, if your teammate used Smackdown, it should be able to do that. I thought you should be able to like use Smackdown on your team.
You might be able to, like, maybe you could still hit it with like Gust and Twister, like flying Pokemon.
Just to double check, yeah. See if anything can hit it during Skydrop. I could do this one big cheese. I'll go on Bulbapedia, see if anything works.
You do that, I'll look up where the Pokemon X name rater is so we can change Aerodactyl's name.
I do like similar to what is it now? Like Dig, you get hit by Earthquake.
Yes, yeah. And Dive, you can get hit by Surf.
Is it Sky Attack or Skydrop you've got?
Skydrop.
Skydrop, let's have a look. That's the one where you lift them into the air, isn't it? Then drop them down.
Yeah, and then Sky Attack is the one where you just charge up for a turn.
Oh, yeah, okay, so... Oh, mate, this would be so fucking boss. Skydrop brings the target into the air. While in the air, the target cannot act. However, both the user and the target, while avoiding any move targeted at them, the exceptions include Gust, Thunder, Twister, Sky Uppercut.
I forgot about Thunder and Sky Uppercut, yeah.
That must look so fucking boss, where like just your Aerodactyl's holding something in midair, and then like just a Hitmonchan does like just a fucking Shoryuken to a mile in the air. And Smackdown, yes, Smackdown will work.
Nice, yeah.
It does no damage to flying type Pokemon, but it'll still pick them up and make them unable to move to the first turn. That's the thing. Just the idea of that Pokemon doesn't get to act for a full turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just for the sake of that, if nothing else, it's super good.
Yeah, and it's no longer selectable in battle. And that's what pisses me off. Like all these cool. And you know why it is? It's because the effect that it has isn't consistent, so it's not useful in.
What do you mean it's not consistent?
But they took out all the slots like random, didn't they? Like weird effects like that. Like think about how many moves.
I mean, it was
actually
consistent
have, like,
though, right?
Like the cool secondary effects, most of them get removed from the game, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll never stop being pissed off about Pursuit being removed from the game, and then they put in fucking U-turn stronger than it's ever been. Like U-turn has never been stronger.
Get rid of that Manectric.
Get the sizzle.
We should probably just put Turnip at the front of the team because there's so many things that are weak to ground. Just so many of the evil teams always use like poison types loads, don't they, and stuff like that. A crunch. There we go. It would be good.
Why does Scrafty always looking like he's fucking pulling his pants up? I hate it.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's based off. Is like people always pulling the pants up, like gangsters and stuff that are, like, you know, this is like the inspiration is like gangsters that never have their pants all the way up. And they're constantly pulling them up with baggy pants and stuff, and it's like,
is that legitimately the inspiration?
Apparently, I remember someone telling me that at very least.
And they made it a dark type.
And like, it's like
the optics on that don't sound great.
The black and white games that got introduced, which is the America, right? That's the American region.
The optics on that are not great. If we based a Pokemon on rappers, it's a dark type.
I think like that's what I've been told anyway. And I can't remember whether I read that or like heard in a video or a friend told me. I can't remember, but of like they just saw people like always having to pull their pants up and was like, oh yeah, okay. Like it's not a good look. Really not a good look.
Oh, Pokemon.
It's like when you just like obviously this is a different thing, but it's just like when you tell people to go look up Umbreon's Japanese name, and it's like, okay, that doesn't mean the same thing, but like,
what's his Japanese name? Is it one that you don't want to say out loud?
I'm not gonna say it. Just Google it. But
you don't you don't want to say it out loud in case someone like takes that clip out of context.
Exactly. It's literally a combination of lizard and a hooligan. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, yeah, what are you saying here, Pokemon? Not maybe not what you want to be saying. But yeah, just for anyone interested, just like Google like Umbreon's Japanese name and just be like, oh, that's
No, what they'll be like is like, oh no.
like, oh shit. Maybe there's a reason that one got retranslated. But like again, it's very different. It looks bad from our perspective, but it's not really much of a like. They're not trying to say the same thing as we interpret as.
Yeah, it's still one of those things that just doesn't hit the ear right.
No, it doesn't.
It's like those words that aren't like slurs, but they sound like them.
Mm-hmm.
Like calling someone like a jeb. It's like, oh, it just hits the ear.
I mean, that's
wrong.
a bit different because, like, I don't think
It's a swear word, but it's a swear word that's like, oh, it doesn't hit the ear right.
Name rate a Pokemon. Really? Okay, it's in Camphria Town, but for some reason, the preview when I asked that question on Google, you know, like the first result,
Yeah,
and it like showed me a picture of this man in this house, and he's like, "But why is your IGN guy showing me a picture of that guy who gives you a berry when the name rate is in the Pokemon Center?" I guess that is also a PC.
Do you know why? It'll be because AI has like done that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything's AI now, Lucas.
So, chat, let us know. Like, what do we think should we call like Mega Aerodactyl? Slash just Aerodactyl. But yeah, I did forget that we need to nickname it because you know one of the rules of Nuzlocking, you got to nickname your Pokemon.
You got to nickname everything, yes.
Oh dear. I've been charging. There we go. It did that thing where I get why it's useful when like you go to bed and plug your phone in. Where it's like, oh, I'm going to do the adaptive charging, so it'll only fully charge when you like normally wake up. And I was like, okay, that's great, but I'm plugging it in to charge like now, not when I go to bed.
It's like, you know, it's never a good thing to have your phone charging for too long. I get it. I get it.
Because like it's one of those weird things where leaving it plugged in when it hits like the 100%. It's why phones technically lie to you and say like the 100% is when it displays on your phone as 100% when you're charging, it hasn't actually reached max capacity, because continuing to leave something plugged in while it's at max capacity is like bad for batteries, and they have like obviously a lot of things in place to try and like slow it down when it gets close to and stuff like that. The World Eater. Try World Eater.
Seems a bit excessive for like regular Pokemon.
I mean, it's a Mega Aerodactyl, okay.
Too fair. It's not eating no worlds though, is it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it doesn't it have like is it it doesn't have Strong Jaw, does it?
I think it's Tough Claws.
I think it's Tough Claws.
Oh, I call it Scratchy.
Oh, Alduin is the name, sorry. Alduin is a good idea. I haven't played Skyrim in a long time.
You call it Charles. It's like voiced by Charles Martinet, right?
No, that's
Oh, is that the other one?
That's Parthenax, right?
No, Parthenax. Marionax.
Marionax. So thank you, Exion, for helping out with that. Much appreciated. But I like to try and not take over with nickname of Pokemon and stuff. There wasn't any pressure. Like if you couldn't have think of anything, then we can always come up with something ourselves. But, back to Magana Plaza. of icky still. I hate these parts of Pokemon games. Like, very specifically as in, like, the go underground and hit the weird, like, twisty block puzzles and go find a key from one random member of the bad team. It's a very specific thing that comes up a lot in Pokemon games.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of these.
It's just, well, we did it in Gen 1, so I guess we'll keep doing it. And they just kept doing it until, like, maybe, like, Gen 7 came out. I think Gen 7 was really the first time where they went, maybe we should do some stuff not just because it was in the first Pokemon game.
Well, you've got to remember, Lucas, Pokemon fans are obsessed with Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing they love more than complaining about Pokemon is playing the same Pokemon game again.
Of complaining that the last Pokemon game was better than the one that's just come out.
The classic, it'll never be topped.
Even when Sword and Shield came out and everyone was like, surely it can't get worse than this. The moment Scarlet and Violet came out, everyone was like, remember how fucking incredible Sword and Shield were?
So,
yeah, admittedly, the DLCs were a little bit better, but still. It's so funny. Well, surely people can't be doing that this time. Because Sword and Shield had such a bad rep, and it's like, nope, yeah, still just... Well, remember how good Sword and Shield were a few years ago, though? I always, every time shit like that happens, I'm like, no, I don't remember. Please remind me, because I must have been in a fucking parallel timeline to you all. The only thing I remember from Sword and Shield is years of people complaining it wasn't a good Pokemon game.
Every time.
Oh no, a little turnip. It's so funny because, like, when like they obviously re-announced Megas.
Yes.
I was a little bit surprised because apart from the two jokey ones that you always get of like, oh, I want the Dragonite so that they would have Dragonite as the Master Stone Mega Stone material, or the other one of like, well, I want a Mega Yanmega or a Mega Meganium. Apart from those jokey answers, the one Pokemon that I've seen of like, this needs to get a Mega the most was Flygon. Far and away.
Flygon's been the one for years.
I shouldn't have used Dark Move.
So on principle, they should just never do Flygon. But nah, man, keep it shit. Like, Flygon should always remain wank.
And another one before he got its evolution was Dunsparce. And I really don't get the hate for Dunsparce. I think it's one of the funniest things they could have ever done, given a Dunsparce evolution like that.
It keeps it completely in vain of, it looks so stupid, it's exactly what Dunsparce fans wanted.
Well, apparently it's not, but it's exactly what I think it needs.
Yeah, because it's so stupid, it's like you can't not love it, because if you think it looks stupid, that's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Dunsparce, like dun. And I love as well that there's like alternate forms, and like to get one of the rarest Pokemon in all of like Scarlet and Violet is like the extra long shiny Dunsparce.
Yeah.
Like it's the rarest Pokemon in the game. It's like hell yeah, let's go. So it's only seconded by like the shiny Tandemaus with 2 kids.
Yes, yeah.
Which is just like so funny because me and you don't care about shinies, right?
I mean, I like shinies in the sense of, if I prefer the alternate colour, I will try and go get it.
But you don't care if, like, you know, you don't have one?
No, not particularly, no.
That's what makes it so funny to me, like, just the tandem out. Oh, I'm supposed to tell the difference. Like, do you really care that much? And the answer is that they really do.
And that's why I do think that it's very shitty of them to put in shiny Pokemon like that. I think they should make the effort to make alternate colours for them all. Because you basically just can't fucking tell.
Well, you can tell. There's a couple of tricks. In Scarlet Violet, if you send your Pokemon out to auto battle, they will not attack a shiny Pokemon.
Yeah, but like when I send out a shiny Tandemaus, I can't tell that that's a shiny Tandemaus if I didn't see the sparkles.
You know what, Lucas? You'll know though. You know that it's shiny.
But like, it does kind of suck for shiny collectors of like, well, it just looks the fucking same. And it also just
remember, when you're doing that, you're defending shiny hunters.
Well, I do shiny hunt though for like, and it's also just it's a bit shit for like fans of that Pokemon because, you know, a lot of the time you get like a cool like 2 choices of cool Pokemon to say. For example, one of my favorites, Umbreon. Like both versions of Umbreon look really cool, and it's nice to have both versions. Like, but for like, a Tandemaus, it's just I can't even tell. I can't even go get a preferred like color swap.
I think that's what cracks me up about it because it's so bad. But I think if it was more like if it was less subtle, I would be like, oh, okay, sure, like yeah, I can see a slight. But it's like literally they changed like one of like the hexadecimal points. Like the Photoshop color chart, they moved it like 1 pixel to the left.
Yeah, they really did with Tandemaus.
That's what makes it funny. It's so unclear which one's shiny. That actually goes all the way around to being funny again for me. I'm like, you know what? I kind of love it.
I get where you're coming from, yeah, but I would prefer the ideal situation of every shiny is actually a thought out good color swap of that Pokemon.
Ah, yeah, well, sure.
But apparently that requires effort, and Pokemon Company are just like, you know, this tiny little indie team that can't make that effort. If only they had some kind of, like, money or investment, Carl.
But the more we talk about this, the funnier it gets. Again, it's really funny when you just talk about, like... There are people out there who say that, of like, look, it's like, you know, there's a lot on their plate. They can't just... It's like they're the single most, like, successful company on planet Earth.
Yeah.
They've got more money than God.
God's got no money, right? God's beyond money. God doesn't have to pay a fucking mortgage, Carl, or rent, or bills. But, I mean, yeah, that's a good point, Red Hart. Like, yeah, using your shiny Pokemon to get, like, fucking version-exclusive legendaries people care that much. It's like, man. The idea that you managed to get, like, the gouging fire and all that shit just for, like, a shiny Golduck that basically looks the exact same. It's like, there are some people that just care that it's shiny and they know.
Yep.
Like, as you say, the Tandemaus thing of, like, it might not look any different, but they'll know it's shiny. How's the one going? Well, Carl's been in for an hour and no one's died yet, so I'm going to classify that as a success today.
That is a success, but Lucas, there's time.
There is still time, though. I'm just getting very annoyed, like, floating around this fucking one-way base, not being able to find where I need to go. And just every time, it's always... Okay, well, one of the people in this base has got the key card, and it's going to be the person that, like, is the deepest in past all the teleporters, blah, blah, blah. Like, why sometimes is it not just the first person?
Why is he not just on the ground? Can you imagine, like, you need to get out, it's like, who's got the key card? It's like the guy at the back of the base. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, yeah, as I say, I get the point in, like, the shinies in the sense of I just prefer this colour version of a Pokemon. I want to have it. But I don't get the point in having a shiny because it's shiny. There we go. Yeah, right? Like, just someone goes like, hey, yeah, here's a key card, just battle one. You need to use that elevator? Yeah, mate. There you go. Look, I don't get paid enough. They made me wear this dumb outfit and get this same stupid haircut as someone else.
They're always my favourite ones. I absolutely adore the people who work for, like, the big bad. Who go, you know what? Fuck this, I'm not paid enough. And they're my favourite people who was like, you know what? Fuck this.
Mm-hmm. It's like watch season 1 of Invincible, and they have that scene at one point where the Rock Man, I can't remember his name, but he like the guy who can cover himself in rock.
Oh yeah.
He just goes into a room and it's like stealing this like chip, this like computer chip, and he's like, "Do you all really get paid enough to like die for this security job?"
Yeah,
And
they
they're all
get
like,
fuck off home, don't they?
yeah, they're all just like, you know what, go ahead, yeah.
I love as well. That's enough to be like, I will kill you if you try and stop me, but do you really want to die?
Do you really want to die? Like, I don't want to kill you, and you don't really want to die for this job.
I've always been a fan of that. Of like, do you really want to die for this? I don't mind killing you, but it would be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually hilarious.
These two are just like, oh, here's some help. Give me revives. It's like, oh, they don't know that I'm doing a Nuzlocke run.
Yeah.
These revives are not going to come in help at all.
So thank you, I can sell these.
I mean, yeah, that would 100% be me. I'm like, they made me get this stupid fucking poofy red haircut. Like, fuck them. They don't deserve this ID card. Just go and fuck them up for me, please.
Yeah, like that guy in Invincible is amazing though, because like he's just the one who's like, I'm really good at my job. And then he gets like, he got to do that machine head. He's like, okay, can I go now? He's like, no, you're too good.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
afraid
he's like,
I can't let you go because you just get the fucking job done. It's like, oh,
and that's what.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
like this, you made the mistake of you were too good at your job.
Yeah. No, well, now I can't let you go after seeing how
Effective you are, yeah.
Yeah, just amazingly effective you are.
Also, as well, how good is the modulation on Machine Head's voice?
Yes, that is really good. Yeah.
Is that not one of like the best effects you've ever seen? It's like Italian maple.
So where's this actual key card then? Because it's telling me in Route 10 that the stones are there to let you get the thing, but take this. What about the actual like key to the elevator? Nothing.
It's nice how long it takes you to move anywhere.
And with a lot of these, it's just like, yeah, can't move without the elevator key. I guess we'll just go speak to every person again. And that's another one of those things that I just hate with these kind of ones, is sometimes you might just forget to talk to the person after the battle and you've not done it with the right person.
Yes. That always sucks, where it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
So there are a few basic rules to like the general idea of a Nuzlocke run. The main conceit is that if a Pokemon is KO'd on your party, like if any Pokemon faints, then that Pokemon is sent to the graveyard. So just, you know, you just have a box in your PC that you call graveyard and they can never be used again. And then the only other rules are like, you've got a nickname of every Pokemon you catch, and you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter, and you can only catch one Pokemon per route. So every time you enter a new route, the first Pokemon you encounter is the only time you can ever catch a Pokemon on that route. So you have a very limited selection of Pokemon that's completely luck-based, and every time one of those faints in battle, regardless of how bullshit it was, it's never allowed to be used again.
Which is just hilarious.
Yeah, a common exception is if you do get just a lucky shiny Pokemon, you can like catch that, and you know, there's other rules like any Pokemon that's been gifted to us or traded to us, like we're allowing ourselves to use those. So some you know, players use different, like, specific rule sets and, like, different exceptions and stuff like that, but those are the general, like, basic rules to each run.
And some people make them more extreme, less extreme. It's all based on like personal preference.
Always got to check that trash can just in case. I don't remember.
There's always something in the trash can in Pokemon.
Yeah, that's the big thing, right? Is like just a lot of the kind of like fun for some and not fun for others is the fact that, yeah, it's like just based on, oh, well, how lucky or unlucky you're going to get right now. Because some people find a lot of fun in, oh, well, you know, I got a really shit Pokemon this route. I guess we'll have to, like, learn to just deal with this Pokemon and do our best. And some other people are like, well, I didn't get my favorite Pokemon that was available there. This sucks. Right, let's just have a look at a guide, because they said that I need a key and I need to go further into these labs, but then those two that I've defeated there are like, oh yeah, but the stones on Route 10 are like the keys to the power. So I'm like, does that mean that what they want me to do is go find something on Route 10? I don't think it is, though. I think it is just that I'm getting a bit mixed up here. So we fought Lysander, we fought the Grunt. Ah, okay, yeah. There is just one area that apparently I haven't walked to.
Oh, I always hate that.
Yeah.
There's one thing you didn't do.
I'm just like, this all just looks so similar, and it's kind of hard to keep track of where I have and haven't gone. So use this green teleporter. And then it's
I'm just being quiet because I don't want to like distract you while you're like looking at stuff.
yeah, I'm just trying to like read where I'm meant to go here. This way. If I just like, I hate these things.
They're just not fun.
No. And it's like, oh, you accidentally sent yourself back to the start. Do it again. Yeah. Okay, with the 3 down arrows, this is here. Take the arrow to the right of the grunt. So we haven't been down this way, maybe? And that takes us to here. Take the arrow that's Pointing downwards on the right-hand side. And then that takes us to this person that we haven't battled. I'm just like, oh. Oh, dear God. Okay.
And of course, it's just like it's always like the last person you didn't battle.
It's just there's one person behind this one place that we didn't go to. Like, I get it, but yeah, it is draining and confusing, yeah. No, yeah, it's one of those of just like, I do that thing of, I'll spend a little bit of time getting lost and confused, but for the sake of stream, it's just, yeah, that one of those things of like, I'm just gonna go and eventually look it up, like, you know, this happened a few times with the Zelda ones, where it's just, the game's like, good luck, figure it out now. And you're like, that's great for, like, playing on your own and playing, like, an exploration game where figuring out feels nice and you can wander around and get that, you know, sense of discovery, but when people are watching you just go in circles over and over and over, I'm like, okay, maybe we should move this on. I should have just used a Skydrop on it. Oh well. Stop using Sucker Punch.
God, Sucker Punch sucks. I hate it. It's so powerful.
It is very good. Too bad. That's never, like, that's the weird thing about Pokemon AI. Just when the trainers are like, okay, so we're confused. We're probably going to get killed in a turn. What should we do? I know, nasty plot. It's like, it makes the game easier for me, but what decision making is this?
So again, I respect it.
Yeah. This is some weird ass decision making skills. There we go. I love it when you use the U-turn, but the U-turn insta-kills anyway.
Yeah. You should still leave.
You just, yeah, leave as well. Just...
Like, your Yan Mega should be outside right now. You should go outside, try and fight it, like, waiting for you outside.
No, I said I wanted to swap out. I'm swapping out. On your lonesome this time. Well, yeah, does it look like him with anyone else? But we do have a Mega Aerodactyl this time, so... we're practically after the same thing. Are we? Fuck up this Houndoom. Oh yeah, the foul play on like the Mega Aerodactyl. It's hitting hard because Mega Aerodactyl has got like very good attack start.
Yeah. It's a cool move, so it's too situational.
Hmm. He's just very unreliable, yeah. So we want to run. Yeah, Malamarkin. The classic Ice Shard. Just, yeah, I wonder what Weavile's going to use on a flying type Pokemon with not much health left. It's going to use Ice Shard, just 100%.
It's too powerful. It's like just too strong an option.
And that's the great thing about like keeping those priority moves when they are just okay. Well, yeah, they are elemental quick attacks, but we're going to keep it so that they are pace 40 power. So if utilized the right way, they're super powerful. But if they're not, then they're not that great. Yeah, that's the thing. Like things like Sucker Punch, where I get the downside is like, but what if they don't attack? But it's just Sucker Punch is such a strong option, and then you've got like Extreme Speed, which it's like, yeah, Extreme Speed is super good. So it gets like double priority and like 80 base power, but it's never gonna hit super effective.
No.
It never can hit super effective, so just, yeah, it's balanced in that kind of sense. How does one get back out of it? Here we go. Go back to the Pokemon Center rather than going back into the depths to go heal. It's not worth me having to go around that puzzle again to go into the healing room when I can just go back to the Pokemon Center.
Sounds like a shout.
I might as well just see what, because what Pokemon did Lysander have? I think it's when we get to the HQ, or gonna have that Mega Gyarados. I'm just like, I don't want to go up against the Mega Gyarados with the team I've got right now. Like, oh, what other strong options have we got on the PC? And the first thing in my head was like, well, we've got Steelix, but that's not going to be helpful against the Mega Gyarados either.
To be fair, it might do. What's Mega Gyarados going to do?
Let's ground type.
Oh, I thought Steelix was pure steel.
No, steel ground, and which means it's weak to water. Steel doesn't even resist it.
I thought steel was neutral to water.
Yeah, and then its ground is weak.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I
Steel ground is weak to water.
It was like pure steel type.
Because like a lot of the time with steel types, it's like, well, at least steel makes it neutral overall because it you know, the steel part resists. But no, it does not resist water. So you know what? If nothing else, we'll have Perish Song Lapras in there.
If he's going down swinging.
And then probably get rid of Crocodile as well. Or a Magnezone. No, that's actually a traded Steelix. It's not our nickname. It's just the nickname that the game gives you. Which is a great nickname for Steelix, just Thumper. Like, it is a great name, but I can't take... none of us can take credit for that. But yeah, it's a fantastic name for... it. I just imagine because it's like, it's thumping on the ground as like a big giant Steelix, but yeah.
Yeah.
It is also very cool to just imagine it with little bunny ears. Go back underground, go to the elevator, and then it should just be like one fight or one cutscene or something at the elevator. I think. What does this take us to, like, here we go, yeah, AZ's down here. We actually get like a little cutscene and everything. There's the Eternal Floette.
It's so strong.
I love that Pokemon very much. A war began. The man's beloved Pokemon took part in the war. Like, look at this Floette trying his hardest. And the Magnemite's just in there, like... I mean, we're on 1.5 times speed at least. He's given a tiny box. He wanted to bring the Pokemon back no matter what it took. I'm like, should I just end the world for this Pokemon? Like, look, yeah, he built a machine to give it life, but that it's just the ultimate weapon. He brought his beloved Pokemon back. Can we do that to our Greninja? Just like...
Yeah, bring it back.
His rage still had not subsided. Like, you got your Pokemon back. Could not forgive the world that hurt the Pokemon he loved. Turn the machine into the ultimate weapon to just wipe the earth clean. I got out what I wanted out of this. Fuck you all. That man became a bringer of destruction that ended the war. The lives of many Pokemon were taken to restore its life. It's like, yep. He lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
It's just such a terrible motivation.
Yes, yeah.
I get it fucking sucks that one thing died. And
But you got the Pokemon back, and then you still murdered the world. So yeah, I know that there's a lot of I don't know how much ground they hold, and I don't know how much it's been brought up in the DLC or whatever, but there's theories that the ultimate weapon was used to create Area Zero in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and stuff.
Lucas, can I just say one thing? I could not give less of a fuck about the story of Pokemon Scarlet.
It's don't so give a shit. That's the thing is, I like the idea of that theory, but I think that I just don't care about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, yeah. Especially because this is in the Pokemon equivalent of France. Scarlet and Violet's the Pokemon equivalent of Spain, which are obviously bordering upon one another and stuff, but...
It's the same world where you can fucking teleport, though.
Yeah. That's AZ. He has the same name as a king that lived 3,000 years ago, i.e. he's just the king that lived 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. This is a story for children, I get it, but at the same time, I think even a kid would get it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a game intended for children to be playing, not necessarily only for children.
But I still think a kid would get it of he's got the same name as a king who lived 1,000 years ago. Okay, bye. It's like a kid would get that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, God, that would be a... I would think about firing the ultimate weapon to get Rex back.
Just fire the ultimate weapon of the Elite Four, you don't need him.
Do you want to fire the ultimate weapon to get Zaid back, Carl?
Not really now.
I do for Rex, but not for Zaid. It's fine, he's a mercenary. He literally signed up for it.
No, it was his job.
Whether we activate the ultimate weapon and leave it safely underground will rest upon, if you actually have this potential or not. Okay. What, the potential to, defeat this weird robot man in battle? Zaid was the mercenary that never wanted to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, you have one conversation from that point onwards. It's you just never speak again, right?
So you recruit him when he shoots a man in the back. He then goes and murders his best friend who betrayed him. And then he never speaks to you again. And he just stands quietly on your ship.
It kind of sums it up, right?
Yeah. No, that's truly about it. I genuinely did think he had it, yeah. It does make sense of well, okay. Yeah, it doesn't specifically say that he's... Oh. So flying Pokemon aren't affected by the sky drop because it just drops them back into the sky. Got it. I think, yeah, I do remember you saying that earlier now, that I just used it out of instinct. Oh god, that Steel Wing. Just murder it. Yes, he's not a Pokemon. Don't worry. He's not memorable enough to even name a Pokemon after him. He's just a...
I was going to say, if you catch a new Pokemon, they should call it Zaid. That'd be kind of fun.
Next Pokemon we catch, we just call it Zaid in his memory. Sorry, yeah, we were talking about Rex, so I naturally just started, like, talking about Mass Effect. Oh god, no. They're doing the superpower thing. With Malamar, they're doing our tactic, Carl.
The thing is, they're probably going to do it worse than we do. So.
No, they're not. They're doing it better. No! Christ. It's a fighting type move. Yeah, we'll just use Bay. Right, we'll just Petal Blizzard and hope for the best. Holy shit, no. Oh!
What happened? Oh, he just crit the instant death.
No, it didn't even crit, it just...
Well...
Bay's
and that
gone.
guy... The villain's going to be so mad when he sees another floor Jez die.
Oh, no.
I need to leave. I've been such a bad influence on all Pokemon forever.
Right, Turnip. He's just himself on us, like... Just Earth Power and hope for the best at this point. Fucking Bay. Sorry, Bay. Oh, no. Turnip! No! It's happened again, Carl.
Why does this always happen when I'm so sorry.
What have you done to us?
And he doesn't know, like, he just sees you like, oh, it's okay, you can go to the Pokemon Center, he doesn't see you pointing the gun out of your backpack. I'm like, not today.
It's gonna be fine. Aerodactyl's got the speed to get that last hit. Fuck! Yeah, we can put Florges just on Flygon's deathbed. Just the flowers at the funeral can just be Florges. That's another 2, Carl!
I'm so sorry. Why does it always happen to me?
Oh, Flygon as well. Oh, no. At this point, I just find it a bit fucking funny. I'm like, dear God. No, that's the... Carl just straight up is like, he admits it at this point, but...
Yeah,
we have seen, like, the last 2 streams, it's not just been able sacrifice, it's been, like, 2 pretty top-tier sacrifices in his name. No, fuck it, we're pushing the blue one. Don't know what the blue one does, but we're pushing the blue one. Congratulations, you pressed the right one, but I'm still going to activate the weapon anyway.
Yeah.
I know the
Just
boss promised that we wouldn't do it if you pressed the right button, but I refuse to let that go to waste. It's like, great. Just 0 honor. After we just sacrificed 2 Pokemon to your Malamar. Christ almighty. That's the thing is, like, Bay is not particularly massive loss, but was just, throughout the entire run, has been pretty, like, decent support.
He's just so bulky.
And it's just the fact that he can set up, like, the lucky chance so that we're not getting critted. The wishes to, like, just swap into the heal and stuff, like, yeah. Yeah, that's the worst part, is that if we just... I was literally thinking earlier, I was like, man, we really should probably get, like, a fairy move on Bay soon. And yeah, if we'd had a fairy move, it would have been all...
It'd been gravy.
I think at the time, Claw just might have had the chance, but we were just using it fully as a support Pokemon at the time, maybe. So maybe it had already had the chance, but I just didn't go and like use it on the move Miranda or whatever, but... It's hard to always remember because, like, obviously we're playing this like every other week at this point. It's hard to always remember exactly what I have done and what I've planned on doing with the Pokemon. We have got this. It's fine.
I think you've always got this. It's always doable. It's just that thing like it's so fucking annoying.
But it's so rough when you like lose a Flygon.
Yeah.
It's one thing where just, you know, we lose Sork, and it's just funny. It's like, oh, fuck Sork. We literally called it Sork my balls. Like, I don't care. But when it's like the Florges and the Flygon that we've had for like ages now, like, man, that's pretty rough
It's
run-ins.
It's a bad time, yeah. It's bad time.
And that's literally the thing we were talking about earlier. Just, yeah, there's not many times where you can expect AI, like the trainers to, the NPC trainers to like use clever tactics, but the moment they do and you let it happen, it can get real rough real quick. We'll get Crocodile back in. No, I don't want the Crocodile actually. Put the Thumper in, but maybe we'll do like the Amoonguss. Just for that Mega Gyarados, which is dark and water, right? It's not water flying anymore. Yeah, appreciate it, yeah.
Sorry.
Appreciate just the encouragement of just like, yeah, we have got this. It's fine. It's every time you like lose a couple in a battle, it's just it's fine. But the runs just become a little bit tougher, especially when it's the good ones.
It's not fun either, that's the problem.
Like it's not necessarily fun, but I like the challenge aspect to it. The least fun part is the fact that now we don't have a Pokemon in our party with Fly.
Yeah. I guess keeping your party dead.
No, we'll just put Pidgeot in for now.
Okay. I say it's probably not to use it.
Because that's the thing, is that's fine doing the honor system, but then that just means we have one less Pokemon in our party to be of use in a battle. So are there any... We are getting a bit desperate now. Are there any routes we can go to like pick up a Pokemon or two?
Pick up a Pokemon.
Pick up a Pokemon. Laver City, what can we get? A Basculin or a Poliwag? This is Xerneas at the Team Player HQ, obviously. Get to, yeah. Going further back then. Shallow City. Lomamola, Chinchou, Mantike, Octillery, Remoraid. Artham Palace. We go fish there and potentially get a Gyarados ourselves. Why don't we try that then? What rods have we got? We have a good rod.
I like it's just a good one. So
I haven't got the super one yet.
How is it? It's good, I guess.
It's good.
So how else would you describe it? It's like you've not got any like better description. No, it's good.
No, it wasn't Kuramine City that we go to. It was Shallow City, Partham Palace, Laver City. Those are places where I haven't logged any Pokemon caught. Oh god. Yeah, I can't imagine, like... Yeah, we should be able to get the Super Rod, but if I'm going to Partham Palace, it's probably better to use a good rod. I think that gives us probably better odds of finding a Magikarp, if anything. Rather than a Super Rod.
You want to get the Magikarp, so you can level it up, right?
I think you can go to like the Parthenon Palace Gardens. And there might be like a little pond in there or something. Or is it just here? Yes. We reeled it in too slow. Yeah, we could try Old Rod, actually. That's a good point. We're on 1.5 times speed, so I keep, like, trying to anticipate it.
Just the idea of, like, turbo catching fish.
Mm-hmm. No, nothing seems to be biting.
There's definitely some. There's always something in the water. They can fuck off with that.
There we go. There we go. Just the nice old Magikarp. I presume if we just throw an Ultra Ball, it'll probably work. Just throw a Master Ball.
There's YOLO Ball.
Got a Dive Ball here. Oh no, I've just realised what this means, Carl.
What's that mean?
Do you want to nickname the Magikarp? Well,
Zaid.
it was Zaid, wasn't it?
Zaid.
We got a name of Zaid.
Zaid the Magikarp.
Oh no.
You know about that? You got a problem with Zaid the Magikarp?
Fuck's sake.
You got a problem with Zaid the Magikarp?
Fucking hell. Of all Pokemon that we caught to name Zaid, it's like the... Let's go get...
You're bringing it in as a ringer.
Gyarados.
Was that thing I said? You're bringing it in as a ringer because like your other one died.
Or mercenaries coming in just to pay Magikarp. Oh dear, oh dear. So where else can we go? Shallow City. And where did you mention that the Route 16 is where we can find the Super Rod? So why don't we try and grab that as well? 17, 15, Route 16, the fishing shack, presumably. Zaid isn't a bad name, it's just a bad namesake.
Yeah. So it's the fine name, it's just really funny how what's named after the shittest like
the shittest non-character possible.
Oh, squeeze me.
Carl's just dying.
Wow, not very well.
Yeah, don't infect me tomorrow.
No, it's fine. I'm in the stage where I'm not contagious because I'm going to be like this for like a week or so. It's proper annoying.
I hate these Pokemon maps where it's like, oh yeah, just to like the west of this town is Route 16, and you're like, okay, great, go west, and it's like, that's Route 15 to the north, of course, you silly. It's like, but that's the west exit on the town.
Shut up.
Oh, you're so silly. You're so silly. Why would you head west when it looks west on the map?
Oh man, if you're going to name something Rex, it's got to be like one of the Reggies, right? Like Reggie Steel could be Rex.
I mean, we're never going to catch a Reggie, though, in this.
No. We look like a Krogan a bit.
We might just be able to... Yeah, we can get to 16. Is this El Fishing Shack? It is. Oh, look at these two guys, just living the identical life. I mean, to be fair, I think as far as I can tell with fishers, this is pretty accurate.
Yeah, just sat there.
Two men, the exact same look, the exact same gear.
So you got a problem with this? It's like, I guess not.
Well, you know what? You go have a happy time. Oh dear. Nuzlocke up. Route 16 we did already catch. Yeah, we caught the Pumpkaboo that we can't evolve.
It's so lame that you can't, but like that needs to be a system that gets taken out of Pokemon like yesterday.
That's the weirdest thing, is that they fixed it, but because they fixed it in like the single player game and then went back to a multiplayer game, they were like, yeah, but we don't need this fix to still exist, right? We've got trading back.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Like,
I hate it. I hate it.
Put in an item that fixes that problem. Can you not just have trading as an option and keep the fix? That would be silly. That would be very, very silly. Hollowell's just a Waterstone, right?
Yes. I believe so.
Let's hopefully not kill it with Ancient Power. It's easy. Of course the paralysis on Alduin worked. Yeah, sure. Let's try and catch it in a nest ball. That did not work. Just for my own sanctity of, like, swap into a Pokemon that won't necessarily die if this Hydro Pump or something it's about to hit throw us hits. Just for my own sanity's sake.
You know it's going to get you, right?
It would just be like, oh yeah, Poliwhirl just uses Rain Dance, Hydro Pumps or Aerodactyl to death. It would top off the night, wouldn't it?
It would be the icing on the cake.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it. Let's get Rex in. I'm not mad about a Rex being a Poliwrath.
That'd be cool.
This little buff frog. It's not far off, right?
Yeah, the Kroger's like based like the toads, don't they?
Kind of toadish, yeah. Like, I get that they're not really a frog. They're just like a weird tadpole evolution.
They look similar
Like,
to a frog. Like the design
yeah.
was like Turians are based on birds, Krogan's frog, Valerian salamanders.
Oh no, I mean like
model.
Poliwhirl and Poliwrath.
Yeah,
They're not.
Pokemon, right?
They're not like frogs because that's Politoed, but they're big tadpoles. Because they start out as, you know, Politad is a tadpole, but it's a tadpole that doesn't turn into a frog.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, it's a tadpole that turns into bigger, buffer tadpole. In Shallow City, we can go get something there, yeah. There's a few decent options there. There's like a Mantike, a Remoraid, a Chinchou. The only one I wouldn't really want is the Alomomola, so we'll get that.
Yeah. That's just like Bob Law at the moment, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I wonder if I look up Shallow City and see like what rods you have to use to get which ones. We can try and put this in our favour.
And put your thumb on the scale a little bit.
Yeah. Because like maybe if like we use a good rod, maybe a Alomomola can't appear or something. Alomomola, it's hard to say those. So fishing with an old rod is only a Love Disc. Fishing with a good rod is only a Remoraid or a Chinchou.
Speaking of fucking useless Pokemon.
Here it is. Okay, Pokemon X, fishing with a super rod, 65% is a Alomomola, 30% Octillery, and 5% Lantern. So if we fish with a good rod, he's most likely to be a Remoraid, which will get us an Octillery, but there is a 30% chance of getting a Chinchou for a Lantern.
And Lantern is like fucking beast.
Yeah, Lantern's just like water electric, such a good type. such a solid typing. So I'm not going to be mad if we get an auxiliary out of this, but it's not going to be as useful as just having a Lapras. But there's definitely a place in a team for a Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a decent catch either way, but the Lantern is definitely the preferable one.
I would much rather have a Lantern if I had a choice.
And then
like,
we could go
basic
surfing, and then you could get an 84% chance at a Tentacool and a 16% at a Mantike.
Nah, I'd take the chance of
However,
Lancer.
actually, Carl, we are not allowed to get a Tentacool because we already caught one.
So you'd only be able to catch the other one?
Only be able to get a Mantike for a Manton. A Mantine, whatever you want to call it. Mantine. So is a guaranteed Mantine better than a 30% chance of love?
Well, you've
Lantern?
had bad enough luck. You've had bad enough luck, so you might as well take the chance.
Do you reckon we just go for the luck?
Go for the luck. 'Cause you've had like bad enough chance.
So we're gonna go for the good rod and not for the guaranteed Mantine.
Yeah, I believe.
Okay. Fingers crossed then. Fucking hell, that was rapid. Come on, Chin Chow. And to be fair, yeah, water flying we already have with the Gyarados anyway now. I suppose. Like, the Mantine is just such a, like, special defense wall.
It's the HP as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just absolute just...
Come on.
Redonkulous amount of HP.
Yeah, little Chin Chow.
Let's go.
Let's get this Chin Chow. Come on. Yeah, still got to catch it first. Just Master Ball, fuck it.
Yeah, just sometimes you've got a guarantee. No, you don't want to fuck around.
There we go. Speaking of fucking around, just Ultra Ball does it. True, yeah. A Volt Absorb one would be incredible. What are we going to call the Chin Chow chat? Our lucky little lantern.
Maybe call it lucky.
Call it lucky.
Call it lucky, because that way if it dies, it's like, will you deal up to your name?
We're only allowed to use lucky when Carl's not on stream.
Yeah, it's the forbidden Pokemon. I tried my fucking damnness not to like get you all fucked up, and I'm so sorry.
It was all going so well until like Malamar's like, I'm gonna start using superpower. That if you're gonna start using that bullshit on us, we're gonna use it back. Like no.
It's like everyone's gangster till like Malamar comes in.
Is everyone gangster or is it just Scrafty? I think that might be the first Pokemon that Carl's named, yeah.
What, Zaid?
No, I think that was like a group effort, right? Like the lucky.
No. I just blame it all on me.
But yeah, I think it might be, but it's the first one he named, but not the first one he murdered. I like the idea that we could legit, we've got 5 so far, where Carl's been present. We could legit, by the end of this, maybe just build a team of, like, the Pokemon that Carl murdered. It'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be a strong team. Probably the strongest version of the team you could have.
Actually, no, because you were here for Venusaur as well.
Yeah, Venusaur's like one of my favourite Pokemon.
You'd have Venusaur, Tyrantrum, Greninja, Pangoro, Florges, and Flygon. That's a really good team you've murdered. That's a pretty top tier team that you've just been here for the death of.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
wait. What does Illuminate become on a lantern?
Oh, Illuminate's really good as well.
Is it?
I think so. I think is that all that means? It's like
isn't that just the one that like increases encounter rates?
Oh yeah, I was thinking of Dazzle.
So it has Volt Absorb, Water Absorb, and Illuminate.
No, so you've got the worst version.
Just raises the likelihood of meeting wild Pokemon, for fuck's
Are you fucking kidding? So you could have got Volt Absorb, and you got the 50-50 chance. You got stuck.
We could have got Volt Absorb or Illuminate. We couldn't have got the hidden ability, but we had a 50-50 chance of Volt Absorb, and we got fucking Illuminate on it.
That's rough. That's so bad.
Maybe Lucky isn't so lucky after all. I'm just gonna delete this part of the VOD and go catch one with Volt Absorb.
It's so bad. Like that's such a useless fucking ability as well.
It is modest. That is good. Yeah, modest is good. What does our sassy damp Poliwhirl get?
Oh, you got damp on it as well, so it starts like self-destruct.
The sassy damp Poliwhirl.
You got the two worst abilities you could have gotten. Like damp is so useless.
I'm wondering. PPP. Polito. I don't remember Poliwhirl having Poliwrath having that. Water Absorb or Damp, and it got Damp.
So you could have had a team that was immune.
And it stays the same as well. We could have had a Water Absorb Pokemon, and we could have got a Volt Absorb Pokemon, and we just... Oh, for fuck's...
That's so bad.
Fucking what? Oh, we got a Jolly Zaid, though. A Jolly Magikarp is pretty fucking hype.
Just think like Volt Absorb is so fucking strong.
Yeah. Where's Magikarp? Where are you? Okay, yeah, it does only get one ability, so it is guaranteed to have Intimidate on the Gyarados.
There you go.
Yeah, that is a bad roll. Just like there's still probably a couple of Pokemon out there that you could maybe like tackle the damp with like every now and then. But dear God, that's rough. Of like we had two Pokemon catches that were 50-50 on Volt Absorb and Water Absorb and got neither. And as we were saying, we could have set up like a full, like really cool, like Rain Dance team with Water Absorb and Volt Absorb and a couple of like solid backups to help out. And then it's like, no, we got Damp and Illuminate.
Thing is though, like imagine rolling up and it's like, yeah, I've got Illuminate. It's like, what are you madman? Just the sheer confidence of doing that.
However, yeah, between streams, those three water Pokemon I will power up a little bit. Because I feel like that gives us a few more options at least. I was like, well, I didn't particularly see the point in, you know, going back and capturing more water Pokemon when we already had like Greninja and Lapras. But now that our graveyard's filling up a little bit, like maybe we should just go utilize those captures.
Here's what it's looking like, a pretty beefy graveyard as well.
It is. Pretty top tier graveyard we've got going on right now. God, yeah. Okay. I might just leave it there because I've got some work to finish up and stuff. So next time we can go take out the Team Flare gym, the Team Flare like secret headquarters, and it just gives me a bit of time in between streams to like go get our water Pokemon nice and strong.
That's to be such a ball ache as well. That's the thing, it's not just having to catch the Pokemon, it's having to get that level 50.
Yeah, right. It's like the next battle with a cap on it. a suggested level cap anyway. I mean, it's... Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe I'll get them to, like, yeah, just over level 50 or something, because... it's like... Oh, just when you do, like, the gym, the Psychic Gym, which is Gym 7, level cap is 48 for her Pokemon. Then you go down to gym number 8, and it's 59.
That's a hell of a jump.
That's an 11 level jump between two gyms.
But remember, Lucas, you can like train up to like level 90, so.
We can, yeah. Yeah, Lysander's Mega Gyarados will be level 53, apparently. So maybe we'll aim for that. Yeah, maybe I could just look up, like, how to hack in max rare candies or something, but it also just means that they never get any EVs while I've trained them, so that's also a bit of the downside.
But then again, it's like, if your Pokemon are going to, like, die this quickly...
No, it'll die even quicker if it hasn't got enough EVs on it. I mean, I guess we could just, like, pack in a few vitamins or something. But I've never really looked at, like, how to actually use cheats on the emulator. I've just been playing the games as is normally.
It's just a slightly
But I do get why, like, now we've got to go, oh, let's get Magikarp up by, like, 50... no, like, what, 35 levels or something. More than. It is a bit like, maybe we should just get some rare candies. But yeah, thank you all for joining. It's been mostly a pleasure.
So you mean thank you to everyone except for me?
No, thank you to everyone except for that fucking Malamar. Oh.
So you're just gonna go get your own Malamar and kill it?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like those weird EVs just like every now and then having that little bit of extra like health or attack or something. It does sway the battle one way or another. For sure, which is why I'm a bit intrepid to just like completely not get any EVs and only use rare candies, so. But yeah, thank you all for joining. It's been, I say, it's been lovely for everyone but that fucking Malamar.
That Malamar was like, it meant business.
It did.
I've never seen a Malamar that meant more business.
And then the disrespect of like the trainer afterwards being like, you got the right answer, but fuck you and firing the weapon anyway.
Just to be a dick.
What are you gonna do? Use your Pokemon that I've just killed? Yeah, fair. Oh dear. And yeah, on Monday, Cole and I are going to discuss on the weekend. Just like maybe figuring out something for Monday to get like chat involved playing, because we haven't hit the sub goal for Mass Effect yet. So it won't be Mass Effect Mondays, but we're going to try and do something where at least we can get some people in chat involved at least. So
Mass Effect Mondays will have to wait for a little bit.
Just for a little bit. We'll get that sub goal up there. It's fine. It's all good. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I hope everyone has a lovely day, evening, or night, wherever you are.
Cheers.